Let's wrap up the week by talking about the graphic novels found in the DC solicitations for May of 2022. So, join me. What's going on, all you Minties? Uncanny Omar here, and today we are checking out the DC solicitations for May of 2022. Just the collected edition, so we're going to be looking at Omnibus editions, Absolute editions, hardcovers, trade paperbacks, and original graphic novels. I always like to stress the fact that this gets us one step closer to these books actually reaching our hand. The catalog is being filled even as we speak. There have been, let me see what we found so far. We found No Man's Land, Omnibus Volume 2, and I will be making a separate video when the catalog is complete for all those people that have been asking me when the catalog is going to be filled. So the catalog is being filled right now. We've seen No Man's Land, Omnibus Volume 2, American Vampire, Omnibus Volume 2, and a Hush 25th Anniversary. Those are solicited for later this year. They're not in this solicitation, but they are inside of the catalog. So that's step number one, getting them in the catalog. Step number two is the solicitations. Step number three is, of course, the delivery. There's always still a small chance books might get canceled, but there's less of a chance once it's been solicited. But it's not unheard of that DC, nor Marvel, because I know this happens sometimes with Marvel, cancels books even though they've been solicited. But it's very rare that it happens. Now, let's go ahead and get started. Even though I'm talking about May, remember some of these books, especially Omnis, especially Absolutes, will be out later on. So even though they're May, we're looking at the May solicitations for comics. Trade paperbacks are usually June and July. Hardcovers are probably July and August, September. There's an Absolute in here that's all the way in November. But let's talk about Static, Season 1 hardcover. This is the Vida Ayala. I didn't know that she was joined with Reginald Hudlin. So Reggie Hudlin is coming in. He was the writer on Black Panther for a long time. Roadhouse Party, though. And I think he was president of BET for a long time. I'm 43 years old, man. I remember the most random things. All right. So this collects the Milestone Returns Infinite Edition, number 0, and Static Season 1 through 6. Interesting that they're releasing this as a hardcover, $29.99, 200 pages. You do have artwork in here by some original Milestone artists like Chris Cross and Dennis Cohen, and Nicholas Draper Ivy is one of the other artists, and the cover is by Kari Randolph. Next up is an original graphic novel by Alice Arden, and that is Zatanna, the Jewel of Gravesend. So this is drawn by Jacqueline De Leon. It is a softcover edition, $16.99, and will be on sale on July 26th. Now, you're going to be seeing a lot of Black Adam in here. As a matter of fact, I was making my list of where to start reading Black Adam. That was the video that was supposed to go out in February. Still working on that because of the move and everything. But we have Black Adam, Rise and Fall of an Empire. So this is just pretty much the 52 stuff. They take stories from 52. It gets confusing, I know. So 52 was the story arc that was right after Infinite Crisis, where the hero, after Infinite Crisis, every DC book went 1 year later. Like, that was the label on the covers. 1 year later, every DC book. 52 was the 1 year long series that talked about what happened within that 1 year after Infinite Crisis and the story arcs of 1 year later. This here just focuses on the material of Black Adam. So collecting a bunch of the 52 issues. I am really, I'm surprised World War III is not included in there, because it's such a big part of the story. But you have the writings of course, Jeff Johns, Grant Morrison, Mark Waid, Greg Rucka, Keith Giffen, Joe Bennett. This is a softcover, $34.99, 360 pages. We're also getting Black Adam, The Dark Age, new edition. That was one of the books that I was saddened to see canceled. We were supposed to get a Black Adam Deluxe edition, but instead we're going to get a Black Adam Dark Age trade paperback. So it's a new printing, $16.99. You got this beautiful cover by Alex Ross. This is by Peter Tomasi. It's the first work I remember reading by Peter Tomasi, because before this, I think he was just an editor. And I think I remember picking this up going, this guy, he's just an editor. What do editors know about writing? I'm so glad I was wrong, because it was freaking awesome. Doug Mankey supplying the artwork in here, as well as Norm Ratman doing the inks. And this is the first time Peter Tomasi and Doug Mahnke worked together, and then eventually they went over to Green Lantern Corps. So this collects that particular miniseries. Black Adam, JSA, Black Rain, collecting issues. It's probably my... If you've seen my top 10 stories that made me who I am, I can't remember what I call that video. I'll put it above if you ever want to watch it. This is one of them. This is one of my favorite stories and moments in JSA. It's so it does take place during the JSA run by Jeff Johns. So you have artwork in here by Rag Morales, because you also have the Hawkman run in here, and Don Kramer's the other artist. So collecting JSA 56 through 58 and Hawkman 23 to 25. $16.99. It is a softcover. It's part of the Omnibus editions if you own that. I think it's in volume 2. Batman 89, finally and officially coming out in hardcover. $24.99, collecting the 6-issue miniseries, 152 pages. And unless you see it say deluxe on the title, more than likely this is going to be the size and dimensions of a standard size softcover. Batman Detective Comics Volume 2, Fear State. Gets so confusing. So this is interesting because it says collects selections from Detective Comics 1041 to 1045 and Batman Secret Files Huntress #1. So you have Mariko Tamaki, Matthew Rosenberg, but you have artwork by Dan Mora. I had no idea that he was drawing this stuff, nor that Victor Bogdanovic had moved on to DC. Last I saw him was drawing Wolverine, and he has a very Greg Capullo style. I really like his style. Derek Robertson, of course, drawing some of the stuff. And this one is $29.99 and hardcover. But again, this is just your standard size hardcover. All right, 52 Omnibus, the 2022 edition. I am getting conflicting messages here. Okay, on one part of the important thing is the price. That's what I'm going to talk about. So in the DC Connect magazine that they release, the price still shows $150. However, when I see it in the actual editorial release that we get, it's showing $175. So this is something that I mentioned a few weeks back, talking about the price of 52. Hopefully it was a price mistake. I still don't know. I'm really confused. Amazon is showing $175 retail price. This Editorial Connect is showing $175. That's usually what they send over to the distribution. So I don't know. I'm still confused. And I hate to even talk about that, but price is important because so many of you were just upset that it was going to be $175. This book was originally $150. And I get that, you know, some people are like, it's only $25. But to other people, that's a lot. I mean, that's a difference in like, well, now I got to rebudget. Now that's, you know, instead of 4 Omnis, I'm looking at 3 Omnis, even at a discount price. 1,216 pages. It's the exact same issues that were collected before. I don't think anything has been added. That's the exact same page count as it was before. So it very well could be, you know, the new price point, at least for this book. It's the first omnibus I've seen at that price point. So this is the series that I was talking about that takes place after Infinite Crisis. When I was talking about Black Adam, it was a weekly series, and each week you got to find out exactly what that missing year was like, featuring mostly unknown characters for a lot of people, like Booster Gold, The Question, Ralph Dibny, just to name a few. And then, of course, Black Adam taking a big role in all of this. One that I'm really surprised about, but hey, Bernie Wrightson, that's all you had to say. Absolute Swamp Thing by Len Wein and Bernie Wrightson. So this is 336 pages, $100, and I'm surprised they didn't do this a few years ago after the Omnibus came out. It collects the House of Secrets 92, which is his first appearance, and Swamp Thing 1 through 13. Now you also have artwork in here by Nestor Redondo, but here's the thing I don't know yet. If it's going to have new colors. Because the Absolute Swamp Thing by Alan Moore does have new colors. So I don't know yet. Of course, as soon as I find out, I will let you know. But if you look at the date, that's the only other important thing, that it's coming out on November 8th. So keep that in mind. Batman: The Adventures continues, season 2. So this is Alan Burnett and Paul Dini. Ty Templeton. Oh, this is a hell of a team here. Okay, so this collects The Adventures Continue, Season 2, Issues 1 through 7, and a short story from Tis the Season to Be Freezing, number 1. So continuing the Batman adventures in comic book format. Batman: The Court of Owls mask and book set. This is the softcover edition, and I believe this was previously released with a hardcover, but I guess maybe they made too many masks. They're like, hey, we need to put this in a set again. So $34.99, softcover edition, 176 pages, just collecting the New 52 first 7 issues of Batman. And speaking of Batman, Batman the Deluxe Edition Book 6. We saw it in the catalog, and now we're seeing it in the solicits. And in the solicits, it's showing issues 70 through 85, so not skipping any issues. I was pretty sure that was a mistake. Batman Annual 4 and Secret Files number 2. $34.99, and it is deluxe edition, meaning it's oversized. Hardcover, Mikel Jennings, Jorge Fornes, Tony S. Daniel supplying the artwork. You have the cover by Lee Weeks. So very happy to see that in the solicits. It has a release date of July 26th. I think when they first announced, or when it first showed up in the catalog, it was June. Birds of Prey, Whitewater. So glad they're continuing this. So this collects issues 104 to 112. Gail Simone leaving Birds of Prey. Now Tony Bedard steps in as the head writer. You have artwork by the wonderful and talented Nicola Scott, Doug Hazelwood, and yeah, you have new members of the team join the Birds of Prey. You have the Secret Six crossover in this particular book. I'm so glad they're continuing that, and I hope they reprint the earlier ones that went out of print. Checkmate, Volume 1 is just Checkmate. It's a softcover, $19.99. Collecting Checkmate 1 through 6 and Leviathan Dawn number 1. So this is the Alex Maleev and Brian Michael Bendis series. Green Lantern Volume 2. When I saw that cover, I was like, oh my gosh, they're doing a Green Lantern Corps Omnibus. No, it's just Green Lantern Volume 2. Collecting issues 5 through 12 of Green Lantern. That's the 2021 series. And annual number 1. So Jeffrey Thorne is writing it. Tom Rainey and Marco Santucci are the main artists, and that cover is by Bernard Chang. Softcover edition, $29.99, 296 pages. Justice League, The Great Wickedness. This is by Ram V and Dan Waters. So this collects backup stories from Justice League 59 through 71 and Justice League Dark 2021 annual number 1. And 184 pages, $16.99. Justice League Infinity. You had me at J.M. DeMatteis. He's one of the writers, as well as James Tucker. This is drawn by Ethan Beavers, and the cover is by the phenomenal Francis Manapul. What's he doing these days? Anybody know? What's Francis Manapul working on these days? So collecting Justice League Infinity, issues 1 through 7. So we have Justice League Last Ride. I can't wait to read this. Very excited about this. Chip Zdarsky is the main writer on this. You have this cover by Derek Robertson. Miguel Mendonca is the artist, collecting Justice League The Last Ride, issues 1 through 7. I could tell, I love Derek Robertson, so I could tell that was his artwork right away. Nightwing, another hardcover from Tom Taylor, co-written by Teenie Howard. I wonder what she wrote in this. Robbie Rodriguez and Cian Tormi are the main artists, and Bruno Redondo is the cover artist. $24.99, 176 pages, collecting Nightwing 84 through 86. Annual number 1, Nightwing Batgirls feature story from Batman Urban Legend number 10. I bet that's the Teenie Howard story. And for those people that have been asking, finally in the solicits, Superman The Golden Age Omnibus Volume 7, collecting Action Comics 126 to 147, Superman 55 through 65, World's Finest 37 through 47. So moving into the 50s. No, yeah, this is moving into the 50s. So we still have Lex Luthor in here. This is stuff I've never read. Alvin Schwartz and Wayne Boring are the main creators. credited in the book. $150, 824 pages. Tales from the DC Dark Multiverse 2. So this collects I really enjoy these. These are one-shots based on original comics. There was a standard size hardcover that came out last year, so now this is the trade paperback version. So you get the original comics like Wonder Woman 8, Batman 608, Dark Knight's Metal #1, Flashpoint #1, Crisis on Infinite Earths #1, and then you get Tales from the Dark Multiverse Hush, Flashpoint, Wonder Woman, War of the Gods, Crisis on Infinite Earths, and Dark Knight's Metal. I love that they include the original comic for those people that might be a little lost as to what exactly is going on. And to wrap up the May solicitations for 2022 from DC Comics, The Flash Volume 16, Wally West returns, collecting The Flash 763 to 771 and The Flash Annual #1. I assume we have gone back to the legacy numbering, and that is definitely Brandon Peterson on the cover, and you have artwork in there by Brandon Peterson. Good for him. I haven't seen him do any internal artwork in a while. Now, when these books are available for pre-order, don't forget to check out our sponsors. If you live in Europe and are interested in pre-ordering or purchasing Omnis, then you should definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel and DC big books within the EU. Flat shipping of €9.90 for EU countries. Extremely careful and sturdy packaging. Emails are answered within 24 hours. And they have a superb selection of new releases and out-of-print books on their website. Just head over to waltscomicshop.com for more great deals and rare titles. And for a limited time, you can use the code nearmintcon, all one word, at the checkout for free shipping to all EU countries with your first order. Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your confirmation email from CGN, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the May solicitations, and I also snuck in there some things that have been popping up in the catalog from DC. I'll be doing a separate video here in the next coming weeks whenever that catalog is filled out. And yeah, stay tuned for more announcements from Marvel and DC Comics to the channel. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button too. All that helps with our YouTube algorithm and our channel keep growing. Let me know what you're most excited about out of this, what surprised you, what you were hoping to see. At least there's a big chance now for No Man's Land Volume 2, wrapping up that series. And, of course, the American Vampire Volume 2. But for me, I got to go with Absolute Swamp Thing. I did not see that coming. That stuff by Bernie Wrightson and Len Wein, yes. And I hope it's the original colors. I don't think they would have recolored those. But then again, what do I know? Yeah, in the comments, let me know what you're most excited about and what you want to see in future solicitations. This was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you all so much for watching. Everyone stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.